Hello, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to another episode. Super excited that you are here. I thought that I would go through the three revenue streams that I currently have as an online creator. I know there's been questions that I received on YouTube in the comments around different sources of revenue. I've heard everything from podcasting. When I post these videos, I get these comments and I get questions around, how do you make money or with podcasting, or I don't want to show my face, or I don't want to be on video. And so I have posted a few videos on how to do that with podcasting. Amazon, I do talk about that as well. And there's other ways that you can make money online without showing your face and without being on video. And I'll be sharing more about that on the YouTube channel as well. But as far as the revenue streams that I currently have, those are the ones that I'll be talking about today. The first of which is my coaching and consulting business, which is 𝗡𝗄𝗃. I'm the CEO and founder of 𝗡𝗄𝗃. It's a career management agency, and I work with midlife corporate professionals that have at least a decade of experience in a particular industry. Because I have only worked in a corporate environment, those are the types of clients that I ideally like to work with. I've had in the past other clients that have worked in different environments, and it really didn't work out for me. The client received what they came for, but for me, it was additional work that I did not anticipate. And so I know now that the type of client that works best for both of us is what I just identified, the corporate person with at least a decade of experience in a certain area. And what we do for them is provide them with interviews. Ultimately, the goal is to provide them with interviews in 45 days or less. And we do that by packaging their experience, leveraging their resume, LinkedIn profile, cover letter, website, portfolio, if that's needed, making sure that it's structured, the resume is structured correctly, where it's telling a career story versus sharing their career history. And it's modernized, it's up to date, it's structured in a way that's achievement based. And we put a lot of effort into making sure we create a professional package to share with the market that will ultimately attract these opportunities to gain additional strategic connections and networking, and ensure that you're visible online and have that polished professional digital presence so that we can provide you with those interviews. We help you also with communicating your value. We have an on-demand learning environment, as well as some clinics that we put on to ensure that once you do get these interviews, you're able to communicate your value once you get in front of the decision makers and stakeholders. So that's one area of my business. That's actually the core of the streams of income, I should say, that I have, which is the business, which is 𝗡𝗄𝗃. So that's one stream of income for myself. The second is being an online creator. I'm on 5 platforms right now, which are Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And so on there, I share information specific for the platform. I've found, I'm not sure about other creators, or if you're listening and you are a creator, I know for me, each platform is different. And I had to learn that. I didn't know that going in. I made it a catch-all. So I would make content, a video, and I would put it on each of the different platforms, and it performed differently for each platform. And that's fair, because you have a different audience on each platform. That's something I had to learn. And if you're interested in doing this, you'll learn the different nuances of being a creator and being online and all of that as well. Now, I will say, I do know that our age range, we don't like being online. We don't like being on video. I've heard it thousands upon thousands of times from professionals that they're uncomfortable, they're an introvert, they're private. I've heard it all, and I am too the same way. I said those same things. I promise you. It may not seem like it. I know it's hard to believe. I know you think I'm selling you a bunch of crap, but I promise you, on everything I love, that is me. And my family could tell you she is super private, super extrovert, and all the things. It's something that I personally believe that, not to get too religious or anything, but God had just pushed me out there. Certain things and events happened throughout my life to put me where I am today. I now know that it was His divine plan, and I'm grateful for that. In terms of the money from being online, each platform also pays you. It's called monetization. So you can monetize each platform in different ways. If you're interested in that, leave me a comment. If you want me to break down each of the different platforms and how you can leverage the platforms to make money, I can break that down as well. I'm not utilizing each of those avenues on each of the various platforms. I am on some, but not all. So I'm leaving money on the table, but by not doing that. But it can be where you have to have a strategic plan for each. In my opinion, I know there's way bigger creators than myself that have the capacity, I'll say, to be able to do that. And if you know me, you know that I like things easy and simple. So that's not where I am right now. I'm not saying that's not where I'll be in the future, but for me right now, I'm cool with just where I'm at right now. And of course, I am going to grow, and in business it's called scale. That's on the roadmap, but I don't mind going at my pace and doing it in my timing, if that makes sense. So that would be the second way that I make money and have streams of income, which is being online and on the different platforms, which is a good segue to the third and final way that I make money online, and that is through brand deals. And so because you're online and because you're on the various platforms, you get recognized. Now, even if we go back to number one, which is my core business, Expert Edge, when I'm working with professionals, I have this in mind because even your LinkedIn profile, even if you're not on there and you're not sharing videos, we provide content on your profile to ensure that you're attracting your target employer and to ensure that you're connecting with your ideal network and not random people on your platform. So you want to have strategic connections, and you want to build and create a strategic network of people at all levels. And we have a kind of a systemized approach to doing that. So I'm thinking about my clients for the future, because the future is being in a positioning yourself so that you have a global presence. We're accustomed to local presence. So like driving to work and being in traffic and commuting. Remember, we used to say that a lot. You don't hear that word as much now because we talk about remote work and working at home and work from anywhere. You don't hear that word anymore of commuting. And so I know that a lot of us in our demographic, we have that mindset still, even though the world has changed, even the language has changed, we still think locally. Whether or not we believe it or not, I can tell by the conversations I have with professionals, once I look at your resume and you tell me it hasn't been touched in 20 years, or I had no reason to update my resume, that dialogue, that conversation tells me how much relevancy is in your professional documents and how up to date you are with what's going on currently in the workforce landscape. So just bringing that back to the brand deals, that's the reason why not only do we work with professionals on just creating the package, but putting them out there to have that global presence, because brands recognize you when you are visible. You have to be findable. If they can't find you, then you don't receive those opportunities, and you are, you're doing yourself a disservice by not having the options available to yourself and pigeonholing yourself to where you are now. And all it really takes is being findable, positioning yourself so that someone, a brand, an employer, a decision maker, a stakeholder can find you. And so these brand deals, they come to me. And again, if you all want to see this, I can break this down as well. There isn't a day, I don't believe there's been a day, I'm thinking about this week specifically, where I haven't received an email from a brand. That's how crazy it is right now. And again, I love this stuff so much. I can do a whole video on this and how this works. And at our age, there's so much data about our demographic that you would be remiss not to even just check this out. Just check it out and see what you can do. Even if you're a person that, again, you're private, you're an introvert, you don't want to be on video, you don't want to show your face, you think you got to tell your business, all those things, I get it. Trust me, I totally get it. But I'm telling you, this will open you up to so many different options. So third and final would be the brand deals. They'll reach out to you. And again, I can break this down and show you how and what they offer, and negotiating and all of that. So those are my 3 streams of revenue at the moment. And if this is something you're interested in, if you want assistance, and maybe you just want to, think about a plan or how this could work for you, I'm definitely open to assisting you with that. If that's something you're interested in, you can go to 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗥.com, Kelli with an I, and I'm happy to work with you in coming up with a blueprint or plan in what that would look like. So give me a thumbs up if you're watching this on YouTube, or leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this episode. If you learned something, your biggest takeaway, and I will see you in the next episode.